So I was talking to my friend Yama, and I DM'd him, and I was like, remember that time that we got stuck in an elevator together with like 3 random people when we went to go to a movie theater one time. And it was me and him, who are absolute fucking weirdos. Like, we are anime kids, and I don't remember what film we were going to see, but we got stuck in an elevator, and there was like 2 people in there, and one was a dude and one was an older lady, and the dude was just pissed off the whole time. And we were in there, I think, for like 20 or 30 minutes or something, and it was the elevator of the parking garage. And so we were in there for like 20 or 30 minutes, and the whole time the guy was getting pissed off, and the woman like went into a panic. And the worst part of it was just that it was hot in there, and of course we were stuck in a small elevator box. I was not panicking, I was fine, but mostly I got annoyed because that guy was getting pissed off and because the woman was freaking out. And then once we left the elevator, because the fire department showed up and they were able to open it or something, it was like not even that big of a deal. I kept saying that I was like, remember how we got trapped in the elevator? And I kept going trapped over and over again to Yama. And then, so I brought that up to him the other day, and he was laughing about it. And then he said, and I'm going to read it word for word from our messages because I feel like it's funnier. Because we fucked with each other so much all the time. And so one time we would go to Dunkin Donuts all the time when he would pick me up. And he drove like he had a Volkswagen Beetle. And we would drive to Dunkin Donuts before we would go to his house. And we would get iced lattes. Caramel swirl iced lattes. And one time we went to a Dunkin Donuts, and there was a guy that was working the window, and I think there's only one window at a Dunkin Donuts instead of a paying window and a food window. There's just the food window that you also pay at. And so when we were at that window, the guy like walked away for a moment. Beth, thanks for the 27 months. I'm snitching. So the guy like walked away for a few minutes, and Yama was like, oh, that guy's really cute. And I was like, yeah, he's all right. But Yama was like, Yama really liked him. And so the guy hands us our coffees. And so Yama says, you know what I was thinking about when you fucking told the guy at Dunkin' he was cute? And I sped off only to find out our coffee had no caramel in them, and then we had to go back. And I said, oh my god, I forgot about that. He goes, I was prepared to let you suffer, but then mine also had no caramel. And he's like, we are stupid. So basically, like, as the guy handed us our coffees, I think I said, like, my friend thinks you're cute or something. Or I just took the bullet and I was like, oh my god, you're really cute or something like that. And then Yama got so mad at me, he like sped away from the window. And I was laughing my ass off, and he's like, I hate you, you're so fucking stupid, why'd you do that? And then when he was chastising me, I took a sip of my coffee, and it had absolutely no sweetener in it at all, so it tasted like fucking ass. It was so bad. And I was like, I went, oh, my coffee doesn't have caramel in it. And he goes, that's what you get, you bitch. I hope you suffer. And then I was like, no. And then he took a sip of his coffee. And he went, it goes, mine doesn't have any either. And so then we fucking had to go back through the window again. And we were at the like box where you speak to them. And he's like this. And the guy is like, how can I help you today? And he goes, hi, we were just here and we got caramel swirl iced lattes, but our lattes have no caramel in them. And the guy said, okay, pull forward. And then we were both sat there in shame as we handed over our coffees for them to add caramel to it. And then the guy is like got the fucking biggest grin on his face the whole time. And then he hands them back to us in our shame. And then we leave. I'm sure that guy fucking loved it. We also, I would have sleepovers at his house all the time, at Yama's house. And he lived with his parents. And we would get in trouble with his parents. And we were in college. We were in university. And we're in our fucking early 20s. Like, I think we were like, what? I think we were, what year was it? It was like 2011, 2012 when we were friends. 12 years ago. So we were like ages 20 to 23. And we were friends for like 3 years, and then we both thought that the other person was upset at them, so then we just stopped talking to each other. And then like a few months ago I messaged him because I missed him so much all the time, and I would always have dreams that we were friends again. But I was like, I'm pretty sure he fucking hates me, so I'm not gonna message him. So then finally I messaged him and I was like, hey, I don't know if you hate me, but I just wanted to see how you were doing because I always have dreams that we're still friends and stuff. And he was like, oh, I thought you hated me. So we weren't friends for like 8 years because we both thought the other person was mad at us. So that's a fucking stupid move that we did. We are both dumb. But what was I saying? So from the ages of fucking 20 to 23 while we were friends, I would go over to his house where he lived with his mom and dad and his sister, and his room had a bathroom between his room and his sister's room. And then his room was like, both of their rooms were connected to the living room, which also was like a big area that also had like the dining room and the office attached to it too. But it was like one big room for them. And so these 20, 21, 23-year-old idiots, we would stay up all night and we would play Mario Party and scream at each other. And his parents would come in and yell at us, and we're like in our 20s, and they're like, stop screaming, please. And we're like fucking screaming all night. And his sister would like, she'd like knock on the connected bathroom door because he would lock the bathroom door. And his sister would like bang on the wall telling us to shut up. And there was one night where we were fucking out of our minds. We were just acting so stupid. And like, it was like 3 in the morning or something. And Vash, thank you so much for the 34 months. Oh, it was not a good game for us because he would kick my ass all the time, and he would have like 10 more fucking stars than I would, and I'd be like, I'm gonna kill you, literally, in a video game. But there was one night where we were awake at like 3 a.m. and we were trying to go to sleep, but we just kept being silly and wacky. And I think I've said this one before, but I turned to him and I was like, oh shit, I have to cough. That's not what I said though. I turned to him and I was like, you know what I was thinking about? And he was like, what? And I think it was like something like that. And I just fucking ripped ass, and he lost his mind. And then it would like, we would be quiet for a few minutes. And then one of us would say something open-ended, and then we would, instead of saying the next word, we would just fart. And we did it for like an hour or something. And like, we were laughing so hard. His sister was like banging on the wall, and she's like, shut the fuck up. Stop screaming. It was not even it was not stinky farts. It was just like, and at some points we were like forcing them out just for the fucking meme. And then we'd say something. One of us would say something, and then we would be like, and we'd have to wait a moment to fucking fart. It was so stupid. So we got in trouble for that. I know, it's so dumb. Shut up. And so we got in trouble for that. His sister was like banging on the fucking door on the wall. She's like, I hate you too. Shut up.